let's be honest, things are not working for Manchester United at all. So I've come up with this formula which could potentially get them playing, some really good football. And I feel like this could actually save Ten Hag his job. But before I begin, if you are new here, please smash a like and a subscription. It'd be greatly appreciated. So here we have it. I know, okay, this kind of looks mad right now, but it is a 4-2-4 sort of formation, but it isn't really that. Okay, let's just talk about in possession first. You've got obviously Dalot, De Ligt, Martinez, Mazraoui, Ugarte, Mainu, Fernandes, Rashford, Xerxes, and Højlund. And what this formation enables is to have Bruno can drop into this sort of position here, and you can have these two sort of, it can be sort of this box. And I know Ten Hag likes this sort of box idea. We've seen him sort of set on Manchester United's midfield, particularly in this sort of 4-4-2 sort of box, sort of pressing formation, but it hasn't really worked. It hasn't really optimized his players in the sense that sort of out of possession and in possession. And I feel like this 4-4-2 can be really, really effective, and it will help them sort of also be better in the press, because you can just essentially in possession here ask Xerxes and Bruno Fernandes to be in the pockets, because we know Xerxes isn't the most box dominant striker, but in and around, the outside of the box, he is absolutely incredible. Probably one of the best profiles in terms of hold up play, link play. He's really, really good. And the thing you have with this, you've got runners. Højlund and Rashford are pure runners in behind, on the flanks, splitting this side, this side. They can be really effective. It can be really, really good. And if you've got Xerxes in the pockets, you're going to be so dangerous. And I'm also talking about Bruno Fernandes as well, in the pockets, receiving the ball, his passing range. Could you imagine the sort of balls Bruno Fernandes could put into these areas, receiving it on the half turn, and Xerxes as well, receiving it in here? It is just absolutely incredible, the variety of chances United could create with Xerxes and Fernandes occupying this sort of dual number 10 role, and it will maximize Højlund as well, who's a runner who needs service, and it will be really, really effective also when United have teams penned in. Let's just move everybody in sort of position. If United have opposition penned in, you can have Xerxes and Højlund occupying the box, Bruno Fernandes in and around the box, Rashford holding the width. And that's what you get with Dalot. Dalot is so good at holding the width. He really, really is. He knows how to get up and down. He's really effective at times with his balls in the box. Don't ask him to invert. Same with Mazraoui. He can do really, really good also overlapping Rashford. I want to see him doing a lot more underlaps as well. He has the ability. And also maybe coming inside as well. Mazraoui can be really, really impactful as well. Then you've got the security of Ugarte, who isn't the best on the ball. Let's be honest, on the ball, he isn't the sort of player you would want. Just tell him to give it to the feet of Fernandes, who can operate across this sort of area. And United can be so, so dangerous. And we know Mainu as well. Just ask him to come in these pockets as well, and then just suffocate opponents. It can be so, so good. It can essentially be like this for United. We know Onana likes to come high. This can be them when they pin the opposition in. You've got the width with Rashford. You've got the width here with Dalot as well. De Ligt is quite decent in the channels as a defender. I would probably prefer Euro in this sort of area because I think he's a better channel defender. But De Ligt isn't bad himself. Then you've got Martinez as well, occupying this sort of zone. Mazraoui's energy can get back in there. Ugarte can cover this zone alone. I feel like he has the leg power in there to really cover it. You've then got Mainu and Bruno operating as, I guess now it's kind of dual number 8s. You can be really effective in there, receiving in the half-turn Bruno, receiving on the half-turn Mainu, linking with Dalot. It can be some really, really good stuff for United. I really do think the sort of patterns in there, the relationships across the pitch that can build is really effective. United can be really, really, really good in those sort of areas with the link play, with the profiles in there. Bruno, brilliant ball striker. Mainu, really good in tight spaces. Mazraoui, underlapping, overlapping. Ten Hag just needs to know how to use his players. And I think they can really dominate opponent centre-halves as well. And I'm just thinking about impactors on the bench as well. Maybe, you're chasing a goal. Bring on Garnacho and play him off the right. I'm also forgetting Amad Diallo, who's been absolutely incredible this season. He can play there. You can put Bruno on here. Rashford, if he isn't in form, you can put him in there. Or even, we're talking about Xerxes and Højlund. If they aren't playing well, bring in Ahmad, bring in Hoyland, move Rashford more central. There's so many different ways United could approach with this sort of, 4-2-4, but out of possession, in possession, the shape is different. We've almost got here this sort of, split four, sort of, 3-4-3-4 sort of formation, and it can be really, really effective. And I feel like Ten Hag is kind of running out of time. These are the things he has to try now. I feel like it will bring excitement, it will bring quality, and it will most certainly appease United fans seeing the attacking players, but also defensively there you've got really, really good players. Mainu, I feel like he can cover these spaces. Xerxes can drop back. Fernandes can drop back as well. You can have a nice sort of defensive shape like this. You can really, really have a nice defensive shape like this. And United will be good in the press as well. Hoyland is a really aggressive presser. Fernandes is a really aggressive presser. Say he goes in there with Hoyland, it doesn't matter because Xerxes is there to cover. It's so good. Maybe something Ten Hag can kind of consider. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this 4-4-2 sort of weird ass formation. But I think it can be really good for United.